Hi everybody. I want to make a quick video here. And it's kind of supposed to take the place of something maybe tomorrow because I got something to do in real life and I don't know how long it's gonna take. So I might be a little late on the video tomorrow. So apologies in advance. But yeah, I gotta do real life sometimes. um, Okay, so because this is going to be a filler, I want to do something about YNR. Only because I've been giving them a lot of grief lately, and I want to say something in my defense. Okay, and I think I say this enough, but just in case, um, uh, well, hold on a second. Sorry, I was checking on something. Okay. So, I know I've been giving YNR a lot of grief lately. But I'm not the only one, number one. And number two, the only reason I give grief is because my perspective has changed quite a bit when I go from being a fan to watching it basically for my job because I consider this kind of my job. Um, So when you watch it for a job, you want to like what you're watching so that you can look like you're enjoying doing this, which I enjoy doing it anyway. But it really helps when I'm like, okay, I enjoy this storyline, and okay, this one could use some work or, whatever. But also, because I know how much work it takes to do something like this, like a show or a movie or anything. Because as you should know, I have I had a friend in high school that he was really into acting, and he started his career basically in high school. And I had another friend who kind of dabbled in acting as well. So when I talked to them, they talked about acting a lot. So then I learned a lot of the terminology and what goes into making a production, a movie, whatever. So I know what goes on to make what we see on the screen. Now, I may not know every little facet, but I know a lot. So I don't mean to bash these people, but like I said, I just want good storylines that make sense. And when they go off the rails to the point where I'm going, what happened? Okay, like I'm gonna use this week as an example because I think if you watch the videos from Monday to Tuesday, meaning my videos, okay, um Mondays was like, oh my God, they got me, they broke me. Tuesdays was like, meh. Okay, if you're doing something right, my reactions should not be that um volatile. Meaning, I'm like, if I had to make a scale, okay, and I'm gonna use my arm because you can see it. Oh, kind of. Okay, I'll back up a little. Okay, so here's my arm. Okay, I shouldn't go from here to here where you can't even see my arm from 2 episodes. It should be at least okay because Monday was like up here. Tuesday should have been where you can still see my arm kind of and maybe a little bit lower, but not so drastically like, you know, wow. Like what happened here? Um uh well, I'm not going to put everything on the actors. I am going to put a bit on the actor, a little bit, because, and I don't think I talked about this as much as I should. Okay, so there's an element of the whole process that I don't really talk about a lot, but I think I should. So I'm going to talk about it here. Um, Okay. There's actors, writers, directors, producers, the whole thing. Okay? And lighting people, sound people, costume people. You get the gist. There's a lot of people. Okay. But I put the majority of the responsibility or the debt, if you will, on the writer because if that's not good on the page, it's not going to be good on the screen. Sorry, I believe that to my core because I'm a writer too, a little bit. So I know that words matter, intention matters, the whole thing. Okay, but also, and here's something I don't talk about nearly enough. Okay, the second people I just talked about here are actors and actresses. And I'm going to say actors and actresses because sometime, I don't know when this occurred, but then actresses wanted to be called actors. But I'm going to do actors and actresses, okay? Just for clarity. Don't mean any harm, don't mean any disrespect. Just for clarity for me, that's how I'm going to talk about it. Okay, now, let's see. How do I want to say this? Because I'm not going to try to be mean, but it may come off as like, I don't know, mean, shady, whatever. Okay, so here's my one and only disclaimer. Whatever I say, I don't mean any harm. These are just my opinions as a longtime fan and viewer. Okay, I should CYA. That should CYA. All right. Um, some of the actors on YNR have phoned it in. And as a viewer, I can tell. Okay? I'm sorry, I can just tell. I can tell either you don't care anymore. I don't know. You don't care. You just haven't put the work in. You don't have the same intention that you did years ago or even months ago. I can tell. Because when your performances were up here and now they're down here, I can tell. You know, I'm sorry. It's not even female intuition. It's not anything like that. I can just sense it. Okay. So with all that being said, I also don't like the fact that every day, about every day, I have to couch what I say because I can't just say, I don't feel like I can say, I just don't like this. So I have to say, well, okay, I'm going to focus on the stuff I like. And then kind of talk about the stuff I don't like. But, well, it's kind of a tale, but it's also obvious. Okay. Say, for example, I make a 10-minute video, just for an example, and say I leave the last storyline to the last couple of minutes. That means I probably didn't like it because it wasn't memorable enough for me to mention it in the first half. Okay, that's a clue. And when I say I just don't like you, that's also a clue. Because some people are like, oh, it's just okay. I'm gonna also say, I guess this is my shady video, which that wasn't my intention when I came in here. Honestly, it wasn't. But I guess that's what it is on Wednesday night. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to talk about someone that I talked about previously, and I'm going to explain why I felt the way I did when I made the video. Okay, which I might have to make another video because this one is getting kind of long. Yeah, okay, what I'm going to do is cut it off now, but then I'm going to start the video with what I'm talking about now, and then just make a separate video. But no, it's kind of a continuation from this. Okay.